Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is 9 o'clock on Friday, and you are watching me, Deb Burton, Executive Director of RI Elder Info, where every Friday I bring you information that you or someone you know needs to know about. So please hit the like button, the share button, the bells, the whistles, the follows, all those social media cues that say, hey, check this out, because we are going to have a really fun conversation with an old friend of mine, Keri Salinger. Old meaning she's not old, but our friendship is, from the Alliance for Better Long-Term Care. So we really want to help them get the word out about some of the new programs that they have. So make sure that you do all those social media cues that say, check this out. Now, as you all know, RI Elder Info is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we could not do this every week without the support of our donors and our sponsors. So a huge thank you to Age Friendly Rhode Island, United Healthcare, and especially our friends at CareForth. Here's a message from CareForth.
Caregiving, first of all, is the most selfless act. You're just on 24/7. In order to do all that, you need someone to make sure that you, as the caregiver, are taking care of yourself. And nobody cares for your family like you do. You love them. The whole program is amazing to get paid for something that you would do even if you weren't getting paid. You're not just one person, but you have a whole team behind you. And we're all here to help.
Hey, Keri, how are you today?
Hi, Deb. I am great. Thank you so much for having me. I hope everyone's staying cool out there.
It is so brutally hot. Like, I never wear my hair in a ponytail in the office, but oh my God, I hope everybody is staying hydrated because it's crazy out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So on this fine Friday, I thought it would be a great time for you to tell everybody what the Alliance for Better Long-Term Care is, because I think most people are familiar with it in relation to the long-term care ombudsman program, but you guys do so much more. Can you share with folks?
Absolutely.
What does the Alliance do?
So for more than 45 years, the Alliance has been dedicated to improving the quality of life of older adults that receive long-term care throughout Rhode Island. We've done that by educating families and professionals. We support caregivers, advocating for those that we serve, and by developing programs that promote dignity, meaningful connections, and like a stronger sense of community. Our mission is to advocate for the rights, dignity, and quality of life of Rhode Island's older adults and caregivers and all individuals that receive long-term care services through education, direct support, community programs, and collaborative advocacy. We empower those with the tools. We empower those we serve with the tools, information, and representation that they need to thrive. So you're absolutely right, Deb. Many people know us as the organization that's home to the Rhode Island State Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. But for many, many years, we had other programs. And over the past year, we have expanded our work to address some of our biggest challenges that we feel that older adults are facing today. Things like social isolation, loneliness, and the everyday challenges that just can impact their quality of life. So we're really, really excited about the new programs we've launched to help meet those needs. Our first one, Sweet Acts, which was launched earlier this year through the Catherine Gagora Memorial Fund.
Miss Catherine, I love her.
I know. She was a fierce advocate, and she was an ombudsman for many years, for nearly 30 years. And she also happened to have quite a sweet tooth. So with that being said, that's what inspired our program's name. And that program provides essential items, small comforts to residents who have nowhere else to turn, because we believe that the smallest act of kindness can make such a lasting difference. Also, later this month, we are launching our Friendly Visitors program. We received a grant for that. And we are also bringing back in September, our Building Bridges Intergenerational program, which for more than 20 years, it had connected students with older adults that live in long-term care communities. So, the Alliance believes that advocating is more than just solving problems, but it's about helping people feel connected and valued and supported, and reminding them that they have not been forgotten.
There's so many things going on that you guys are working on. Now, when you say social isolation for older adults, like I think about that for people who live in the community. Is that something that people are experiencing in long-term care facilities?
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned over the years that, especially throughout COVID, but since COVID, that people do receive great care, but they still are experiencing that loneliness and social isolation. I can't say it. Social isolation. The word is just not coming out. But they are experiencing that because, it's hard for people to get out to visit, or some people just don't have any family members that would even come and visit them. It's just where they're at in their life. Their friends have passed and they're here with, maybe a family member, maybe not, that has a schedule. So a lot of times they just feel very alone. So we came up with our Friendly Visitors program, which is launching late July into the beginning of August. We received a grant for that. And we connect compassionate volunteers with residents who have maybe little or no family support. It's a pilot at this moment. It will be going on for 3 years, but we have 6 facilities that we're going to be entering into, and we're hoping to expand further than that as well. We're spending, a little bit of time, taking an hour to talk, to play games, look through photo albums, just listen. It seems like a small gesture, but to someone who doesn't really ever have a visitor, it can mean everything. Like, human connection, I believe, is such a truly powerful thing to help people not to feel alone, once again, or forgotten.
Absolutely, 100%, because I think we forget that there's social isolation. I'm tongue-tied on that word.
I know,
today,
right?
too.
I don't know what it is.
Where, like, you might be in your room by yourself, but you might be on a floor filled with people, but you still feel lonely because you don't have someone to share that picture of the grandchild and talk about them, even though they're on the other side of the country, or
right,
to share what you used to do when you worked, or just someone to have a conversation with. And, I think one of the things that we learned during COVID is that, we all got to experience social isolation, which was, a good thing during COVID. It kept us all safer. And as much as we might, love the people in our lives, being stuck in the house and only being able to talk to them all day, every day, for some folks, it was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of all set. I'd like to talk to someone new. So
right.
This Friendly Visitors program sounds amazing. Do you have enough volunteers? Are you looking for volunteers? Like, how does that work?
We are looking for volunteers. We are also looking to add to our volunteer family. We're looking for volunteers for this program. We are also looking for them for our Building Bridges program too. It can be 15, it can be 5 hours, 15 hours, as many hours as you want. You can do it once a week, every other week. Our goal is to just grow and gain more volunteers as we go. We initially are hoping to at least get like 5 or 6 to get out, like 1 per facility at first. And then, like I said, if we have a couple people who want to go to the same facility and there are more than 1 person, why not? Like, we will take anybody, any hours. I really like that we can be very flexible with it, because I know a lot of times people will say, I don't have time to volunteer. I just don't have the time. And I get that. I am very, very busy, but it's an hour, 2 hours, or as many hours as you'd like.
That's awesome. Now, the facilities that you're working with, you said like 5 or 6 facilities, kind of where are they located around the state, just in general, geographically?
They are all over. Like we were kind of, I tried to be, in choosing facilities, we tried to spread it out throughout the state. So that way, if we had volunteers throughout the state. So there's Johnston, Newport, Johnston, Newport. It's either Newport or Middletown. I never am sure of that line. Bristol, East Providence, up in Cumberland, Smithfield, and Providence, I believe. I may have just said too many towns, but there's 6 of them, just right. But they are kind of all throughout the state.
And it sounds like if you don't want to go over a bridge,
you do not have to. Nope, you do not have to.
We know Rhode Islanders, they don't do the bridges.
Right. Yes, very true. Very true. We will have an in person, but if that was really a deal, we could even possibly do like a virtual training for you as well. If a bridge was a big thing, because we are located in Warwick, you might have to come here once, or twice, but but we were looking to also, if we get some volunteers, we could go set up, like say at a senior center or the library, to do the training there. So that would be feasible as well.
So if people wanted to volunteer for this, should they call you at the office at the 401-785-3340 number?
Yeah, they can do that, or they can email me, or they can email me directly. My email is Keri@alliancebltc.org, or you can just go on our website, and there will be an area, like you can just click for questions, and we're updating in the next day or two. If it's not there today when you go, there'll be a click if you would like to volunteer button as well, just right on the homepage.
I love it. I love it. Now, the Building Bridges program, you had mentioned that was around before, and I would imagine when COVID hit, a lot of things changed. But
yes,
how does that program work?
Well, Building Bridges was here when I first started here. I started just part-time, and I was doing the Building Bridges program. And it has been near and dear to my heart. It's my favorite program, not gonna lie, because everybody benefits. We partner with schools to bring students into long-term care communities. And those students could be elementary school students or high school students, some middle school students, it depends. And we bring them in, and they spend time with the activities director. We collaborate with the activities director, and they'll play games. We'll play balloon volleyball, or they'll play bingo. Sometimes they read. On occasion, we've played Nintendo Wii bowling. But we also, one of my favorite projects that we did was we had, with the older students, we had them fill out and answer questions. They asked the residents the questions, almost like a biography, an autobiography for them, or a biography for them, that they wrote all the answers down, and they compiled and put it in a book and gave it to the residents to give to their families. So it's like, where did you work, and what was something your favorite memory as a child, and just the things that you kind of wish that, like, I wish I had one of those, like with my Nana, that someone might not have time or even thought to do. So it was great. And it was really just, some of the kids, they get nervous when they come in, they can be anxious, but or they have different personalities. And the residents just look at them like they are the best things since cream cheese. And some of them have never even been near an older person. And some of them don't have grandparents at all. So they find that like warmth and love that it's so rewarding. And the residents' faces light up, and the kids' faces light. It's my favorite thing.
You light up talking about
it. I know. It is really great. They create such meaningful relationships, and it's wonderful.
And so the Sweet Acts program, I wanted to touch on that. So for
Yep.
those folks watching, if you didn't have an opportunity to meet Catherine Gregora, she was an amazing advocate. She was just a wonderful individual. She was about, I don't know, 4'10",
Yep.
and never had a bad word to say about anyone,
No.
but she would back anyone down as an
Oh.
advocate for residents in need. And boy, did she have a sweet tooth. She had
Yes, she
some
did.
really good resources for some great chocolate.
Yes,
So
chocolate,
what
chocolate
is the
covered
Sweet
popcorn,
Axe?
chocolate covered everything. You
First
name
time I
it.
ever had chocolate covered potato chips.
Yep. Yes. 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 That's right. That is so funny. What a great. Oh, I almost forgot about those.
Yes.
Yeah, she was wonderful, wonderful. So yes, so the Sweet Acts program, that program, what we do is we provide essential items and small comforts, like for residents that have nowhere else to turn. A lot of residents don't have a lot of money, and they might be in need of more clothing or toiletries, hearing aid batteries, a warming blanket, I don't know, non-slip shoes, other personal items that can improve their comfort, their dignity, just their quality of life. And so, when they receive something as like small as that, just a small package, like as someone needed the other day, and we packed up together some Q-tips and shampoo and whatnot, and we throw some chocolates into every package. It unless there's like a huge reason not to, we throw up chocolates in every package, some kind of sweet something, and they just, it's like they just had Christmas morning, and it's just so nice to be able to help. So we really are enjoying that. We're hoping that our hope is to continue to growing, to expand it as well, just beyond the long-term care communities, and eventually offer the same support to individuals maybe living in long-term housing, senior housing, and also be able to utilize or reach out to the people who are living or receiving home care as well. And we're hoping to do that through our annual appeal, a new chapter of compassion. So that will help us expand the program so we can reach more older adults and people can benefit from this.
It sounds like you're doing some really amazing work. And you've got a lot of things happening in a lot of different areas. If people want to support, say, donate to the Sweet X, or if they want to participate in the Building Bridges program or the Friendly Visitors, how do they reach out to you? How do they support the Alliance for Better Long-Term Care?
Well, as I had said, we are excited that we are launching our annual appeal. So that is one way that they could donate. It's called a new chapter of compassion, and it'll help us to continue to grow these programs. You can volunteer. Like I said, reach out on our website. You can email me. You can call the office at any time. Or if you wanted to make a donation, it can be a monetary donation, or you can donate if you have, toiletries or any small items like that you'd like to even donate. We are accepting those as well. So anyone that's interested can visit, www.alliancebltc, bacon, lettuce, tomato, cucumber.org. Or they can call us at 401-785-3340 to learn more.
I love it. I love it. I am so glad that you were able to come on today.
I know, me too. Thank you.
Right after this, it's the 4th of July. It's the Friday before the 4th of July. So
Right.
I know everybody's like rushing, and
I'm
appreciate
heading to
you
go
taking
watch
the
the
time to come on.
parade. My parents live in Bristol, so I'm having out that way.
Yes, enjoy the traffic, but please
Right.
stay hydrated because
I will.
it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, thank you so much, Keri, for coming on today. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. If there's just one thing I wanted to leave everybody with, one day, if we aren't already, I don't know how many of who's watching, but we're all going to be older adults. The question isn't whether we are going to age. It's what kind of community do we want to grow older in? And at the Alliance, we do believe everyone deserves dignity, compassion, and meaningful connection, and a voice throughout every stage of their life. So we all have the ability to make a difference. Sometimes it's not just about doing something like extraordinary. It's as simple as spending an hour or two with someone, sharing a conversation or a helping hand. I love this saying that we can't all change the world, but we all can change someone's world. Sometimes all it takes is just showing up. So if one person watching today decides to volunteer or support our annual appeal or simply reach out to their own loved one, older adult in their life, then I think I've accomplished what I hope for. So because you could be the reason that someone smiles, an older adult smiles next week. So thank you so much for watching. And thank you, Deb, again, so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Everybody, it really is those small things in life that can make a difference. It could be maybe not on a hot day like today, but it could be that soft, fuzzy blanket that you might be able to donate for the Sweet Acts program. It can be the laughter of a child, in the hallway of the facility, or a friendly visitor that's just coming in to say hi, maybe bring a cup of coffee or some chocolate with you. Those kinds of things are really what is the thread that binds our community. It is what makes us family. It is what draws us together. And like Keri said, it's not if we grow old, it is when we grow old, and what kind of society do we want to be. So as you're all getting ready to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, and you're hydrating in the heat, I really do hope that you consider what you might be able to give back for our older adults, because what you do now improves the experience that you will have as you get older. So I am very glad that you were all able to join us today on this very hot Friday. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Enjoy the fireworks safely. In the meantime, be well and be kind.